feelings hurt. Read this.
Hey, welcome to the show.
We're in?
Exactly.
We're in this already?
Yes, this is the show. This is
the show.
Kármán Line Short Review. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the show.
Yes.
What is this?
This is where the only place in the universe where you guys can watch three cursed filmmakers review your short films. User-submitted short films by you guys, the filmmakers of the world.
Against our will.
We have no say in this. We pretend to like it because that's the only way
I actually do like it.
See, he's good.
Yeah,
Very good.
He's really good
Very
at
nice,
it. Yeah,
Taylor.
that's really
Convincing. That keeps our sanity, and it also keeps Lord Payman out of our business. What are we doing today?
We have a short film called Bubbles.
Bubbles. Okay.
Directed by Zak Harney.
Yes.
And also submitted by Zak Harney. So that's
excellent.
Nice.
There is a link down in the description for you to go watch that.
Please watch it before.
Yes, so you got to watch it, and also we're going to do a quick synopsis of the film.
Oh, who gets to synopsize this one?
You do, Taylor.
Yay.
Okay, this movie is about a coffee worker who works at a coffee shop, and he's a barista.
Yeah.
He's very
coffee worker.
Coffee worker.
That's like That's like a Colombian peasant.
And
please, that's offensive.
Coffee.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Worker.
And
he's a barista,
he's a lonely guy, and he finds companionship in a prostitute, and they kind of have a little thing going on, and it's interesting. It's an interesting movie. Yep. Bam.
All right.
Good synopsis.
Good synopsis.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey guys.
Huh?
Hey guys.
Let's do it.
Let's start with our first impressions. This is our first impressions. Give me your first impressions, Kenny.
Okie dokie. I really like this film a lot. Just going to get this out of the way now, since we're all going to say it in one form or another, probably multiple times. It was hard for the Americans to understand.
I have a little thing with that.
The accents.
I have a hard time understanding.
You have a hard time with all accents. Yes. So D is an accent idiot.
Yes.
That's what we say.
Yes. That's what we
I've
say.
actually spent time in the UK. I have close Scottish friends, and still had a very difficult time understanding all the dialogue in this one, which was a shame because it was wonderfully acted.
Yeah,
the acting was phenomenal. I have a few qualms for the film that we'll get into in our categories, but mostly I just have to say a beautiful production, great acting, some real emotion here, and good job. Good job. Yep.
What are your first impressions, Taylor?
I thought it was pretty good. I liked. Well, I wasn't in the beginning. I wasn't. The first half, I was not enjoying so much.
Stronger.
Yeah. As it went on, it got a lot stronger, and with the ending, especially, kind of made me like the whole movie a lot more. I really liked the ending. Well produced, good acting.
Neat. My first impressions, this movie was visually really, really interesting to look at because it was shot really, really well. Really, really well acted, really well produced. All of those stuff, all those things made me really like the film. And the storyline was kind of meh to me. I didn't really understand why I was watching what I was watching.
For those that aren't American, meh means underwhelmed.
Oh, thank you. Those who don't speak internet.
For the international the international audience, we say meh when we're just not totally impressed. Just want to make that clear.
Yes, I was totally impressed other than the story.
They don't say meh in
they say meh on the internet.
They don't.
This is the internet. We're
It's
in the
actually
internet
the only
right now.
place on the internet where you can find this.
Yeah, but I liked everything except for the plot because the plot didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So that's pretty much it. Not that I didn't understand it. I just didn't. It wasn't my taste in plots. So let us continue.
Yeah, let's trudge on. Here.
Our first subject here is writing.
All right.
Yeah, this is the subject I want to specifically talk about, because this isn't a This is a character piece.
This is a character movie.
And it's not about a person trying to do something. And what character pieces are basically examinations of a certain kind of character, or a couple kinds of characters in this case.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily about a journey. It's not necessarily about trying to get something, not about conflict, really. It's just kind of inside of a character's mind.
Right.
And
in this case, 2 characters.
Yeah, and I'm not into those kinds of films because typically they should be a little bit more experiential, and I like those types of films, but it doesn't engage me if I don't care about the character, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I like character films. To me, instead of a journey of like, character A needs to get from this point to that point, let's see if he can make it, it's more like making a statement about basically the journey is me figuring out who this character is and why their life is the way it is. So it's kind of like putting more of the journey responsibility on the audience. You have to decide you want to buy in. They're not going to buy you in. You got to decide you want to go there. That's how I look at it. What I saw here was a film about 2 people who are basically sad. They're sad people, and it's obvious that they're like perfect for each other, but they're not going to allow that to happen. These are like self-destructive types.
Yeah.
Who don't believe they deserve happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and that dude's racist too.
I'll give an example.
He made fun of Scottish people, and I didn't like that.
You take offense to Scottish?
Well, I have ginger pubes.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
Just
I know
throwing it
this.
out there.
Can we see that?
Yeah.
Send a picture. We'll put it up on the screen.
Yeah. I was going to make a comparison of this film. Oh, Deadbeat. You guys remember the short
I
film
remember
Deadbeat?
that.
Yes.
Deadbeat was a character piece, but also it had a point to it.
It was a character-heavy film.
Yeah.
But it had an arc.
Yeah.
It had a story.
And those are the kind of stories that I can
Yeah.
personally get into. And that's the reason why this one lost.
Right.
me.
So I'm wondering what the conversation is we should be having right now.
Sure.
And I think it might be. Doesn't matter if the movie has an arc or not.
Right.
Ultimately.
For me as a person, it's not my taste. That's the way I can talk about it.
But I mean, sometimes we see movies that don't have very strong characters. Now
Yeah.
this one, the characters really hold the movie.
Oh yeah, they're really strong.
Right.
Yeah.
But if that wasn't the case, the first argument or complaint we would have, the first criticism would be like, these characters needed an arc.
Right.
They didn't have an arc. That's often something we point out when it's missing.
Yeah.
Unless the characters pick up the slack.
I don't. Yeah, and in this kind of movie, I don't feel like I needed an arc from it.
Yeah.
I didn't feel that way either.
That's good.
And I think in experiential films, you don't need arcs either, because the idea is you experience something.
Kind of like
have to
that college
go
movie
anywhere.
that we saw.
Yes, but I think the experience has to pick up the slack.
Certainly.
It can't be milk toast, you know. It's got to have enough gravity, as it were, to make up for the fact that there's no arc. Right.
They have to be robust characters.
Right. So
and
it's
here
like
they were. They're very
Well,
robust.
the whole movie has to be about the experience.
Right. So like in general, we all put on our movie going hats and experience a movie because we're told at the beginning, once upon a time, we're going on a story, we're going on a journey, and then we go along. In the absence of that, it has to be, whoa, I have never seen anything like this before. So you stop looking for an arc, or I love these people. You stop looking for an arc.
In some way, you have to be connected to the film.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think if you fail to make that kind of connection, either through a very like rich experience or interesting characters, then you start going, there's no story here.
Right. Yeah. Those can make broken films, but for a film to still have something really, really good in it, like this one, and still not capture everybody, it's just the fault of the audience. It's the fault of the person who's not interested.
I blame the audience for everything.
No film is going to capture everybody.
Right. And so in this case, this was a 2 out of 3 kind of.
Except for Mother.
Yeah, Mother is
Mother was
for
universally
everybody.
loved.
Universally,
Darren Aronofsky's
first
Mother.
film, first piece of art ever made to have
Yeah.
a 100% success rate for
Wow.
every single human being who's ever seen it.
Yeah.
Absolutely loves it.
Yeah.
And if Darren Aronofsky's watching,
Congratulations.
congratulations.
Darren Aronofsky.
Yeah.
Yes.
Back to the writing of this movie.
Yes.
I believe that good dialogue was written. It's hard for me to say that.
It's so weird to me that I'm hearing like you guys talk about. Okay, you at least talk about dialogue because I've had so much trouble in pretty much every film, a lot of the films that we've seen.
I just think you can't hear well.
Well, there's that too. There's
I
definitely
mean,
that.
Dee wants to turn on the subtitles for everything we
Yeah,
watch.
yeah, I do. And no, hearing is definitely a part of that. But I mean, because of that, because of hearing it
Right.
being a part of it, I can't pick up on
All
on
I
accents.
meant was that, and you could see in their performances that the actors, the characters, believed the words they were saying were real.
Yeah.
And I think it's very hard to do that without writing good dialogue.
Well, you know what's funny about that, right? Is we talked about this specific, very specific thing that you just said in the fan film, the Resident Evil fan film that we talked about, where they were saying lines but not in the way they should be delivered.
Yeah, meaning the actors didn't believe what they
Didn't
were
believe
saying
what they were
was
saying.
real.
So if you imagine these people weren't good actors and they delivered the same dialogue, it would be even harder to tell what's going on.
Yes.
Yeah,
you know.
because like I definitely didn't understand every single word, sentence, or line being said in
We
this,
still got it.
but I never felt confused about
Yeah,
anything.
I didn't
I
either.
never felt like I couldn't understand what was
Yeah.
going
Yeah,
on.
I didn't either.
Yeah,
I
you
think
can see it
that's
on
good.
their faces.
Right.
I mean, you could probably mute this and get
Yeah, and
Yeah.
follow
go
the
the same
story.
place.
Yeah, that's really good direction. Yeah.
A- And we'd be spared from those very hurtful racial jokes. Leave the Scots alone, man. Gosh.
F- the Scots.
Let's
Pick on
continue.
blacks. Pick on black
I
people.
almost said
I
something
actually
I
don't
shouldn't
know
have
what
said.
Pick on gay people.
I can't say that, D.
Can't be racist. I have black friends.
That's true. You can't be racist if you have black
Can't
friends.
be racist.
D, are you black?
No,
No, I was thinking of someone else.
I'm a Native American.
D is a Cherokee.
I'm a jerky.
A
What is
turkey.
happening?
I'm a turkey.
Why are we talking about race?
How do you avoid it?
Because yeah.
How do you avoid
this
the
whole
topic?
this
I don't
whole?
want to
that-
talk about race on our
everything.
show.
Let's talk about feminism.
Race. What?
Do you know some pretty like
Don't say that.
there's like people waiting around with guns.
Women. Insane.
Women are feminists.
No, with guns.
Women with guns?
Feminists can't have guns.
Feminists can't have guns?
No.
Why not?
That is sexist.
That is sexist, D. What the hell's wrong with
The
you?
sexist people don't have guns.
Sexist people don't have guns.
Sexist people don't
I
have.
don't have a gun. Oh no!
I knew it.
I'm sexist.
Do you have anything to say about the writing?
I have more to say about guns.
No guns in this movie.
Okay, more about the writing.
Unless you consider. I was going to make a dick joke and it didn't work.
I have nothing more to say about the writing.
Yeah. Hey, way to own some like the just going all in with sexual content on the screen.
Yeah, there's straight up a
They show
a
dick.
penis.
That-
I don't know
that's
if
true.
it's a real penis.
Okay, let's see.
But-
Let's look at it. There's dick there.
That's a prosthetic penis.
Yeah.
It's not-
No, that's got to be his real. They were given a blowjob.
Really?
Damn,
This is porn.
that's hardcore. That's very. Oh, it is foreign.
Oh well, then that
foreign
case,
film.
There's two halves of this movie. There's before the restaurant and after the restaurant.
The restaurant is just such an exquisite scene. I almost feel like it is
Yeah.
what makes this movie
I,
good.
I kind of wish the movie was just in the restaurant.
Honestly,
Yeah,
Yeah.
If we just look at all the parts outside of the restaurant, it's not
Well,
not that strong.
So that's what's interesting
it
about it.
feels
Because
kind of like a silly movie.
in the beginning, it led me on a little bit that we're talking about, this character, this guy, right?
Yeah.
And because we follow his experience, we follow him asking out this
the movie's
girl.
called Bubbles. It's about Bubbles.
We follow his experience up until we get to Bubbles, and then it seems to be about her. So it's kind of weird that we even start on him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's a writing thing.
yeah. That could have been just.
Could have written that better.
Well, it could have just started just right in the center here, but would have been pretty much the same movie.
Actually, you could queue up the movie right at the blowjob and start it right there.
Yeah, you could.
And this movie would actually be better.
Yeah, I think that'd be trimming a lot of the extra. It's not really fat, but it's trimming it.
Yeah.
So yeah, extra stuff.
Okay. Yep.
Cool.
Neato.
You guys want to go into production?
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Let's talk about production. Cadillac bar. That's a neat logo. By the way.
Wait, we said we'd start with Dick.
I like that. We're going to start with Dick.
Is that a topic, a category?
Nope.
Why did I want to... Oh, yes. Okay, so many films when, especially doing the blowjob shot, right?
This is a great shot right here, by the way.
It's awesome. The composition, holy cow. So many films go for the implied blowjob. Let the audience infer it.
Right.
And I actually think it's really hard to do that well.
Like this?
And in most of the short movies we've seen, most of the short films we've seen, it's come across as really stupid. The one in the car.
Yeah.
Right? The car scene where the Tracy sits up after sucking off the guy driving just looked stupid. It looked like people trying to do a prank to make someone else think they were doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
It didn't look like that's what was actually happening. So anyway, I'm glad they didn't try to imply it.
Yeah. Yeah, they went pretty detailed into that
I like she rinses
scene.
her mouth out with a swig of beer.
I really like that they went that far into it. Cuz she just goes out and pops open the beer and
She knows what she's doing.
like it just makes so much sense. It's not what's the word?
It's the protocol of her work. It makes the character believable.
Yeah, thank you. It's a believable character.
It's mechanistic. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not passion driven.
Right.
Even for him, it's mechanistic. It's just a device.
Right.
Yeah.
I just realized something when he sits down to have a talk with her, and then gets up and his pants fall off.
Yeah.
I'm like, does that mean he was sitting with his pants down the whole time, or were they
It means he didn't.
He just didn't buckle them.
Yeah.
This running scene really didn't do it for me.
I loved the running scene.
It got silly.
It did get silly. I really liked it.
I
didn't like the camera work.
On Vimeo, they refer to this as a slapstick movie, and after watching the movie, I don't feel that way at all. I feel like this is a drama, just straight up drama.
Yeah, they call it a comedy drama.
But all this stuff outside of the restaurant is like silly, slapstick, goofy stuff that I didn't particularly care for.
It feels like they're not running fast.
Yeah, I think it's because she's in high heels and they wanted to keep him slow.
So he had to take his pants down, but
right.
Dude, it's not that hard.
That scene.
It just kept going.
Like if he just stopped, buttoned his pants, and then ran, she'd be toast.
Right.
And no one's gonna climb a freaking fence made out of chicken wire. I mean that's not gonna hold any human being. I did not buy this fence jump. I didn't buy that she believed she could climb a fence. In just her physical shape and with high heels and that fence being made out of wire.
Yeah.
So as soon as she got to that fence and started acting like, oh, I'm going to climb over there, I'm like, no.
I'm wondering.
That's a plot device to tear her shirt off. That's all it is.
Right, and you were saying how after we watched the movie, you said that they clearly put up a fence.
I think they ran that. I think
you're right.
That. They ran it right across there, and they cut that part to the right shape so it could snag her necklace.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. It was funny. I don't think the cut to black was necessary at all.
No.
Yeah. It's funny that they go like all in and showing us a very visceral blowjob scene in the alleyway, but really go the sitcom route with this stunt here in the alley.
Yeah.
Like, we don't see the fall. It's an implied fall. We go to black, and then they're on the ground.
Right.
Which is just a super cheap way of doing it, and it just... They had a stunt coordinator.
Yeah,
they
did.
saw it in the credits, and I just felt like, wow, that could have been done better. It felt silly and fake. For a movie filled with very, very gritty realism, this felt particularly fake.
What does she step up on?
Yeah, there's like a box or something, some kind of step there to make her higher.
Yeah.
She's definitely not climbing. I mean, look how it's bending.
Look,
in her
yeah,
hands.
it's bending quite a bit.
It's like climbing a plastic net.
Right. Yeah, I thought that was weird.
Yeah. So this, I didn't buy this at all, and it did, frankly, take me out of the movie. Can we move on to the restaurant?
Yes.
Because that's where these guys shined in terms of production.
I like that she
Yeah.
never puts her shirt on. Well, she lost it.
I love
like
that,
she
yeah.
It's
she
ripped
rolls
up.
with it.
I think that's a great character moment. Really says a lot about the character.
The
doesn't it?
places I've been to in England, if a woman went in and began eating in a bra, just topless,
Yeah.
no one would have said a thing. No, I'm like, no way. Maybe this is a different part of the UK where they don't have the patience for that kind of thing.
The coverage here is amazing.
Everything in here is flawless.
Really great. Yeah. Really, really great.
They nailed this restaurant scene so well. I have not seen it done better in any TV show, anything. It's perfect.
You can feel that they have control of the space.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they legitimately locked down this whole restaurant, filled it with extras, made this whole thing happen, and it's perfect.
And it's great. Yeah. And they shot at night too.
The lighting
is
is
awesome.
so good. Cool.
Yeah.
I love the lighting.
Yeah, that is quite good.
Yep. Yeah, it's good.
Okay. I'll say more. Can we go to the punch scene?
Punch.
Again, another thing that's really easy to do cheaply, to fake. Well, I mean, they did fake it, but I mean, to like hide what you're to show by not showing. This looked like a very realistic punch. It was sold perfectly. I loved
Sounded
it.
good.
It had a great sound.
Yeah.
funny,
She
the
rocked
sound
that
actually
punch,
sells
man.
And
that.
it's the perfect cut
Yeah.
that made it work so
Yeah.
well. I
was really
really,
nice.
really liked it.
Yeah, there's a nice follow through right here.
Yeah. That was great.
I love the cut to the guy screaming.
It bothered me a little bit that she left. Like I get that she left the restaurant,
Yeah.
but like that she left her friend.
To me, I felt like the character felt like she would do that. Like she doesn't deserve this. She's just gonna go anyway.
Yeah.
Like everyone hates me anyway. Might as well just leave. Is how I felt. Read it.
I didn't get that vibe because they just like had a moment together.
Right, and then
That's, like,
to me
emotional.
that's like a step backwards.
Yeah.
You know, you did have a moment, and then you realize I'm actually shit. I'm gonna go.
Yeah. I don't know. But it does make for a good ending. I love the ending. I love having it end.
It does
in this
because
way.
yeah, the ending of this movie reinforces their perceptions of who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Right.
So it's like the opposite of an arc.
Yeah.
It's like the movie at the beginning, it states who they are. In the middle, we get them having a glimpse of being someone else.
Yeah.
And then it ends with them going, nope, we are who we thought we
See,
were.
no, so that's interesting. So maybe the reason why the
It's an
arc,
inverted arc.
maybe the reason why the quote arc didn't
Goes
work
this
for
way.
me.
Not this way. It's this way. Inverted.
Maybe the reason why it didn't work for me was because it was it was all in dialogue, and I just really couldn't understand any of the dialogue. So maybe that's why it didn't work for me. Because maybe there is an arc here, you know. Because I did feel the ending. You know, he saw the wallet missing, realized, oh,
He
she
calls
is.
himself a mug.
He calls
That's-
himself a mug.
Yeah, he goes, oh, I'm such a fucking mug. That's what he says about himself. And that is the same name that Tracy calls him at the beginning. Tracy calls him a stupid mug at the beginning, right?
I think
So-
we should rewatch everything
So he
with
literally,
subtitles.
states, "I am exactly what Tracy says."
Right.
You know, so it is bookends.
Right. The thing about the inverted arc, which is a thing, is about a character going on a journey to prove or disprove whatever lie they believe in the beginning.
Okay.
And in the beginning of this movie, the lie he believes is that he is a degenerate and that he's not worth anything. And the person that he asked out in the beginning kind of confirms that for him, right? And then through his meeting with the girl, the big pimping Bubbles, he starts to realize that he is more than just some mug. And then at the end, he realizes, oh no, I am just a piece of shit.
Yep.
And oh yeah, she is just a piece of shit.
Yep.
But the journey itself, there was no journey that I thought. I didn't see him rise into a conflict, but I do believe that was delivered in dialogue. Maybe here in the restaurant scene, and I probably just didn't see that.
It wasn't much with him. It actually was much more with her.
It was more with her.
It was it looked like she was making more progress.
Yeah.
Towards allowing a little bit of light into her life.
Maybe if this was more about her perspective.
I think a movie should have been.
It would have been.
And
more
I think it was intended, but it just didn't pan out that way.
Yeah.
Could we go to the very opening shot of the movie?
Yeah.
This almost made me quit. This was a bad. This is the movie's greatest error.
So, to be clear, I think we all really enjoyed the way it opened.
I did too.
Except when it did the reveal of him actually looking over her backside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because they show it, and as they pull back from her breast, you can see him behind there, but it's hard to realize that's even him at this point. But what this cut back and forward looks like is he is clearly seeing what we're seeing, right? We cut to that. That's what he's looking at.
That's the Kuleshov
cappuccino is spilling onto her breast, and he's like, "Oh my gosh!" Right?
He's even looking off frame.
He's like he's getting super aroused. And then when we finally reveal where he is, he's behind her, and it makes no spatial sense or just sense in general.
Right.
Like, what is he aroused by?
So what is he looking
her
at?
Ponytail?
Right.
Like, he's like looking at her ponytail. He's going like, oh, yeah. Is there a mirror there? Maybe there's a mirror. He sees the reflection in the cappuccino machine. I don't know. But that bothered me.
Yeah.
And it's a testament to how good the rest of the movie is that it was able to bring me back in. Because that
set you off.
Yeah.
That was a big goof.
That's funny.
I like that guy. I thought that guy's hilarious.
Yeah, I thought he was perfect. I love the smile and everything. And he spelled my name wrong. He does the white guy smile.
See, I identified more with that guy than with any other character in this movie. That's me.
This is you?
Yeah, yeah. Dude, if I'm the vegan in the room, if they give me the real milk instead of soy milk, I'm pissed. I'm going up and like, this isn't soy milk. Make me another.
There it
You
is.
spelled my name wrong.
And you spelled my name wrong because you know what? At Starbucks, I correct D's name all the time. People can't write the letter D.
Strange.
Weird.
Wow.
Anyway, neat, good movie. Great job.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
we're not done yet, yo.
Yeah, we have another category.
We have cinematog.
Ah. Are we doing that right now?
Yeah.
Cinematography.
Thank you, Kenny.
You're welcome.
I didn't love the cinematography in this
What didn't you like about it?
Explain.
because I didn't like the camera work a lot of the times. It felt a little wonky, and I felt like you mentioned this when we were talking earlier that it's all kind of longer lenses,
Yeah.
and that felt kind of weird to me. I don't know. It just didn't feel good. I don't like how that's shot.
None of this is warped, though.
No.
Whatever it is, I don't like how it's shot.
It looks like when you're trying to overcorrect for your stabilizer's corrections.
Then that's exactly what it is.
It looks like they ran this way and that way,
and they're trying to
they're trying to keep it. And
yeah. I've done that exact thing.
It gives
before,
you sort of a drunken sailor look.
Right. Yeah. It made the whole thing kind of feel slow.
It feels amateur.
I did not like the way any of the chase scene was shot.
Yeah.
For sure. In terms of image quality itself, though,
It's HD.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
No,
Congratulations.
The quality of the image
I
looks
was gonna
freaking
say,
great.
They created some beautiful. I think it's a really beautiful film.
Yeah.
I didn't
and
like the look.
I think. Oh, you know what? I wonder if they're shooting on
UK
anamorphic.
looks like, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
That
it's
is what it
gloomy,
looks
overcast.
like. It is
I know.
just drab and sad and depressing everywhere you look.
Yeah, this
always.
This is anamorphic.
100% of the time.
This is shot anamorphic. So that actually makes a lot more sense. That means that the lenses are probably longer because they're cheaper. That's what I imagine.
I didn't like that it was anamorphic either.
You just don't like it.
You just don't like the movie.
Yeah, I didn't.
My goodness. I think it looks very, very, very nice. I can't say with confidence that they shot it in such a way where the cinematography helps to tell the story better.
You could see the
Oh no.
the thing in there.
Don't tell me.
It's right there.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I would agree with you. The cinematography didn't really help tell the story at all much, except, I mean, there was proper motivation, I think, for some of the shots, like, you know, his over the shoulder of the car there. The dumpster scene right here.
This had the best
You know.
cinematography of the whole thing, and the diner stuff.
And the diner stuff felt
Yeah.
really open and really intimate, you know. That was really nice. But yeah, it kind of generic cinematography over the if we're talking about it, because most of the stuff that they're shooting are OTS, you know, or just back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, and longer lenses, which didn't seem to really complement the tone.
What kind of? How do you think that affects the tone thematically?
I think it makes it
when
more
you choose
dramatic.
Longer lenses.
Yeah, I think when you compress the space, it makes everything feel a hell of a lot more intimate. You know, because if you look at this shot, for example, she's very important. You know.
Yeah.
And if everything else was in focus, she'd be less important. You know, the contrast there would be less. And I think that making a much more intimate shot really emphasizes the emotion in people's faces, and therefore creates a more dramatic feel.
Yep.
That also with the coloring. The coloring's like, you know, desaturated. So again, here's another very intimate shot. You know.
I feel like I can't breathe.
Yeah, I felt very crowded for this.
I did too.
I was like,
Yeah.
I want some more headroom.
Yeah, and this is kind of a comedic moment. It's like, I
Yeah,
feel like
it
we need
was
to
setting
relax
up
a
a
little
joke,
bit.
right?
You know?
So this sort of style worked in the diner,
Right.
but
Right.
for all this slapsticky stuff, it was not.
Yeah, and this, like, even this part, like, that scene, that picture right there looks like he's about to, like, kill her. You know, or rob her or something.
Yeah, it does. You're right. Dee's right. Wow.
He's not right.
I don't like that it took her a second to realize he was talking to her when she had one earbud in.
It sounds like you have very small nitpicks.
Yeah, very tiny, very tiny. I also didn't like that the music volume was the same volume when she took it out.
That didn't bother me at all. Like, none of the things that you're pointing out bothered me at all.
D, the fact is they should have.
Oh. Apologies. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next time
Thank
you
you.
watch this, I want you to make an effort
To try to
to be bothered.
be bothered.
A little bit more. You're not doing your job as a critic.
Outside of T-Bugs. Are you talking to me?
Interesting. But her voice is way louder.
Are you
Yeah.
talking to me?
That's really funny. That's even a thing.
What you on about?
You're being racist.
Your
right now.
That's
Mug?
racist.
No.
That is
Yeah.
racist.
Okay.
Imitations
yeah,
are
it
racist.
is. I know. Guys, I'm sorry. You got me. You got me.
Oh God. It's. What more is there to say?
What more
Apparently
can
nothing.
we say?
Apparently we can't say anything else.
Not without offending people, you snowflakes.
We have like, I don't know. This is a very short conversation.
That's okay.
This is a short episode.
Well,
it can be
I mean,
short.
again,
These
it's-
can't be short.
Yes, it can be
They
short.
can't be short.
Yes, it can.
The best movie videos are 2 minutes.
The best movie videos are 2 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
This is the part of the show where we talk to the filmmaker. So if you are not the filmmaker, you can also post your questions in the comments below, and usually the filmmaker comes over and answers. So yeah, and also let us know if you agreed with us, disagreed with us, whatevs. Zak Harney, this is for you.
Zach, hey. My first question is, who is the main character of this film to you?
There's two main characters.
Who is the main character of the film? And D's answer will not suffice. Choose one.
There's two main characters.
And what inspired you to tell this specific story? Where did this come from? I like it.
Did you license your music?
That was a lot of
Yeah.
That was a lot of copyrighted music.
Or and if you did or didn't, did it affect how you played in festivals with this film? Yep. Bam.
Was this intended to be a comedy drama? Mixture of the two. I noticed that's what you put in the description. If that was you who wrote it, and were you trying to go to that with the look of the film, with the whole cinematography and coloring aspect? Were you trying to pull the fruitfulness out of it and kind of just put in this dry, dramatic kind of look?
Yeah, I feel like that's what was happening here, but that the drama excelled and the comedy kind of
diminished.
It just didn't fly.
Yeah,
I didn't even comprehend at any point that there was comedy in this movie.
that's really funny because from that perspective, I like this movie a lot better. That's really funny.
Yeah, it was a little odd having the very buoyant music throughout.
Yeah,
And the very colorful, stylized titles
yeah.
with this movie.
With this, yeah,
That was an odd pairing, and it felt to me that in the filmmaker's head there was more energy and comedy.
that is interesting. Yeah, because the opening shot to me kind of set the comedic tone,
Yeah.
right? Not only with
No, yeah, I felt like we're going to see like a Seth Rogen movie
Right.
at the beginning.
not only with the boobs, but with the disagreement with the soy milk thing.
Yeah.
Like and the look that he gave
honestly
the guy.
feels like it's from a different film.
It does.
Altogether.
It does, yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Interesting. Very cool. Wow.
Wow, thank you, Zach, for giving us your film. We definitely want to see more if you have more.
Yeah, man. Zach is good.
This
send,
is-
send more movies, Zach.
Yeah, this is quite impressive.
We watch terrible movies all the time.
There was this one called
Nature Kids.
Nature Kids.
So
Oof.
bad.
Is that a short film?
Nelium. There's this other one called Nelium.
That was
Yeah.
garbage.
The Stakeout. Oof.
Absolute
Genesis.
Genesis.
Wanted-
The Grim Reality.
Wanted to
Suck.
die.
Oh my
wanted
god.
to die.
I wanted to vomit.
Suck.
Saw this really cool surrealist movie
Yeah.
Probably sucked.
with ants in it. Menace.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that one sucks.
I walked out.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. I think
I
I
walked
actually
out of
did
making
vomit
it.
on that one. You walked out of making it?
Yeah.
Good. You're an artist.
Thanks.
Hear that? You know what time it is?
What time is it?
Time for us to leave.
It's time for us to leave.
Yeah.
It's time for us to leave.
Yep.
Bye, Zach. Bye,
Bye, Zach.
Bye, YouTubers.
This is our by YouTubers.